is finished, you must remember that. Your inheritance, you must start working out. You, the wife, you understand, you'll get 12.5 shares. And then you must remember you got three sons, they will get 25 shares. You got one daughter, she will get 12.5 shares. There are no parents. So example I'm just giving. So you must remember. So the funeral expenses now is missing, we don't know. Debts, you must pay the debts of the deceased. And three is if you made wasiya, full debt for non-heirs, maximum amount 1/3, and then expedite the distribution to the heirs and so forth. Yan manse dood is ander manse brood. But now you must remember the Hanafis passed the fatwa on the Malikis that they say 4 years or 1 year. So now you have both ways are passed. Now 1 year has passed, 4 years has passed. So 5 years, definitely we will pass the verdict that al-mautu hukman, that assumption of death, and now you carry on with life. You want to get married to somebody else, all that totally permissible. The choice is yours. Gee, last question.
Mufti Sahab, lots of people are making tawaf with shoes on. Is this permissible?
Almighty Allah Jalla wala teaches us in the noble Quran, chapter 22, verse 32. وَمَن يُعَظِّمْ شَعَائِرَ اللَّهِ فَإِنَّهَا مِن تَقْوَى الْقُلُوبِ. Whosoever shows respect to the Baytullah, so remember that is the sign that that person has taqwa and so forth. Hadith in Ibn Khuzaymah, من تفل تجاه القبلة جاء يوم القيامة وتفله بين عينيه. Who spits in the direction of the Baytullah, tomorrow that person will come and that saliva spit will be on his forehead. That you want to show disrespect to the Baytullah, Kaaba Musharrafah, then Almighty Allah will humiliate you. All this has happened because of this harami, this murtad MBS, that now the whole haram has been turned into a tourist resort and so forth. You must remember, do what you want to. And anybody wants to do Amar bil Ma'ruf, then il Munkar, command the good, forbid the evil, then they will lock you up. Nabi Musa alayhi salatu salam, chapter 20, Surah Taha, verse 12. That فَخَلَعْنَا عَلَيْكَ, remove your sandals, your shoes, O Musa alayhi salam. إِنَّكَ بِالْوَادِ الْمُقَدَّسِ طُوَى, you are in a holy sacred place. Makkah Mukarramah is the most sacred in the entire world. So therefore our verdict will be not permissible unless people really have problems with their feet and so forth. That is the exception. The rule is not permissible. Allah give tawfiq. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
The views and opinions expressed by the presenters and guests of Radio Al Ansar are not necessarily the views and opinions of Radio Al Ansar and the Al Ansar Foundation.
It's time for the breakfast show, the Breakfast Rush.
Check it out.
A great way to start your day. The Breakfast Rush.
It's the only way to start your day. Monday, the 12th day of January 2026, 45 seconds after 6. Assalamu alaikum and welcome to your Breakfast Rush. Welcome back to Radio Al Ansar.
The Breakfast Rush main news bulletin.
Making news at this hour, matric class of 2025 urged to celebrate results wisely. And Iran says that it will hit back at US and Israel if attacked as protests escalate. Assalamu alaikum, I'm Hanshra Kota. The Department of Education in KZN has urged the class of 2025 to celebrate their matric results responsibly. The national results will be announced by Basic Education Minister Sibiwe Garumbe today, while individual results will be published tomorrow. Provisional Department spokesperson Muslim Shlambi is encouraging learners to accept their results with courage and resilience. Meanwhile, the Public Servants Association has warned that many learners face anxiety and depression while awaiting their results. It's urged that the Basic Education Department to support them by deploying trained counselors, activating toll-free helplines, and providing community-based assistance. The Department of Transport in KZN says that its unit tackling fraud at drivers and motor licensing centres across the province is making significant progress. The Traffic and Transport Inspection Unit has been putting measures in place to stop corruption associated with learners and drivers' licence applications. In more news, the South African National Blood Service is calling on more blood donors to come forward. It warns that blood stocks remain dangerously low after the festive season. With local government elections expected to take place this year, ANC President Ramaphosa says that dysfunctional municipalities are unacceptable. He delivered the party's January 8th statement at their 114th birthday celebrations at the Moralang Stadium in the Northwest on Saturday. Ramaphosa says that municipalities have a critical role to play in driving economic development and creating jobs. Ramaphosa also commended Eskom for improvements on load shedding, but says that there's still a need to combat municipal load reduction. And finally, Iranian president has called for unity and pledged to overhaul the sanctions-hit country's struggling economy as nationwide protests triggered by the economic crisis persist. Internet and telecommunications have largely been cut in Iran since Thursday last week, while buildings have been set alight in several major cities. US President Donald Trump has threatened to strike Iran military if protesters are killed by government forces. In response to that, Iranian parliamentary speaker says that Iran would strike back at Israel and US military installations in the region if it were attacked. A quick recap of your top stories at this hour. Metric class of 2025 urged to celebrate results wisely, and Iran says that it will hit back at US and Israel if attacked as protests escalate. And that's it for news this hour. For Radio Al-Ansar, I'm Hajra Kota.
Thank you very much, Hajra Kota. It's 4 minutes now after 6. The Traffic and Transport Inspection Unit has been putting measures in place to stop corruption associated with learners and drivers' license applications. Basically, their spokesperson is saying, we commend the team from the Traffic and Transport Inspection Unit, the TTRU, within the department for putting in place measures to eliminate any fraud and corruption associated with learners and drivers' license applications, examinations, and tests. I laugh because apparently those measures aren't enough from personal experience, just a little more than a week old. Anyway, going on to say, we have received numerous allegations of bribery in relation to the allocation of dates for learners and drivers' license examinations and tests. I'm sorry if I find this whole article or information funny. Again, just going by personal experience that is just a little bit more than a week old. Anyway, going on to say, the team is making progress in relation to the arrests of syndicates involving officials, driving school instructors, and applicants. We'll continue to work with municipalities across the province to ensure we produce well-trained drivers to be on our road networks. And to that last statement, I would say, inshallah. Here we are on your breakfast rush. That's 6 minutes after 7. Loads to come on the program this morning. As the 2026 school year begins, many South African families are once again facing the financial realities of back-to-school preparation. Now, stationery remains one of the recurring cost drivers every January, alongside uniforms and, of course, transportation as well. So we'll be talking to you about smart ways of approaching this time for those who are yet to purchase all the back-to-school necessities. Stick around, stay tuned. This is your Breakfast Rush.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Willow Tin Group, at the forefront of innovation and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
There's nothing quite like the taste of a traditional family meal, and at the heart of every great dish is a key ingredient that brings it all together. That ingredient is Sunfoil pure sunflower cooking oil, made from only the finest sunflower seeds. It's a perfect way to enhance the taste of your family's favorite foods. Sunfoil cooking oil is more than just oil. It's the key to bring your family together over a delicious meal and making every bite taste better. Remember, the key ingredient to a great family meal is Sunfoil. Tradition just tastes better.
This Surah Yasin is brought to you by Murchison Spice, Pietermaritzburg's leading spice and specialty retail store.
Listen carefully. A show is about to start. The Breakfast Rush with Nishal Sarawan.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu أكبر الله أكبر سبحان الذي سخر لنا هذا وما كنا له مقرنين وإنا إلى ربنا لمنقلبون اللهم إنا نسألك في سفرنا هذا البر والتقوى ومن العمل ما ترضى اللهم هون علينا سفرنا هذا واطوي عنا بعده اللهم أنت الصاحب في السفر والخليفة في الأهل اللهم إني أعوذ بك من وعثاء السفر وكآبة المنظر وسوء المنقلب في المال والأهل والولد.
You are listening to the Breakfast Rush.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ياسين والقرآن الحكيم إنك لمن المرسلين على صراط مستقيم تنزيل العزيز الرحيم لتنذر قوما ما أنذر آباؤهم فهم غافلون لقد حق القول على أكثرهم فهم لا يؤمنون إنا جعلنا في أعناقهم أغلالا فهي إلى الأذقان فهم مقمحون وجعلنا من بين أيديهم سدا ومن خلفهم سدا فأغشيناهم فهم لا يبصرون وسواء عليهم أأنذرتهم أم لم تنذرهم لا يؤمنون إنما تنذر من اتبع الذكر وخشي الرحمن بالغيب فبشره بمغفرة وأجر كريم إنا نحن نحيي الموتى ونكتب ما قدموا وآثارهم وكل شيء أحصيناه في إمام مبين واضرب لهم مثلا أصحاب القرية إذ جاءها المرسلون إذ أرسلنا إليهم اثنين فكذبوهما فعززنا بثالث فقالوا إنا إليكم مرسلون قالوا ما أنتم إلا بشر مثلنا وما أنزل الرحمن من شيء إن أنتم إلا تكذبون قالوا ربنا يعلم إنا إليكم لمرسلون وما علينا إلا البلاغ المبين قالوا إنا تطيرنا بكم لئن لم تنتهوا لنرجمنكم وليمسنكم منا عذاب أليم قالوا طائركم معكم أئن ذكرتم بل أنتم قوم مسرفون وجاء من أقصى المدينة رجل يسعى قال يا قوم اتبعوا المرسلين اتبعوا من لا يسألكم أجرا وهم مهتدون وما لي لا أعبد الذي فطرني وإليه ترجعون أأتخذ من دونه آلهة إن يردني الرحمن بضر لا تغن عني شفاعتهم شيئا ولا ينقذون إني إذا لفي ضلال مبين إني آمنت بربكم فاسمعون قيل ادخل الجنة قال يا ليت قومي يعلمون بما غفر لي ربي وجعلني من المكرمين وما أنزلنا على قومه من بعده من جند من السماء وما كنا منزلين إن كانت إلا صيحة واحدة فإذا هم خامدون يا حسرة على العباد ما يأتيهم من رسول إلا كانوا به يستهزئون ألم يروا كم أهلكنا قبلهم من القرون أنهم إليهم لا يرجعون وإن كل لما جميع لدينا محضرون وآية لهم الأرض الميتة أحييناها وأخرجنا منها حبا فمنه يأكلون وجعلنا فيها جنات من نخيل وأعناب وفجرنا فيها من العيون ليأكلوا من ثمره وما عملته أيديهم أفلا يشكرون سبحان الذي خلق الأزواج كلها مما تنبت الأرض ومن أنفسهم ومما لا يعلمون وآية لهم الليل نسلخ منه النهار فإذا هم مظلمون والشمس تجري لمستقر لها ذلك تقدير العزيز العليم والقمر قدرناه منازل حتى عاد كالعرجون القديم لا الشمس ينبغي لها أن تدرك القمر ولا الليل سابق النهار وكل في فلك يسبحون وآية لهم أنا حملنا ذريتهم في الفلك المشحون وخلقنا لهم من مثله ما يركبون وإن نشأ نغرقهم فلا صريخ لهم ولا هم ينقذون إلا رحمة منا ومتاعا إلى حين وإذا قيل لهم اتقوا ما بين أيديكم وما خلفكم لعلكم ترحمون وما تأتيهم من آية من آيات ربهم إلا كانوا عنها معرضين وإذا قيل لهم أنفقوا مما رزقكم الله قال الذين كفروا للذين آمنوا أنطعم من لو يشاء الله أطعمه إن أنتم إلا في ضلال مبين ويقولون متى هذا الوعد إن كنتم صادقين ما ينظرون إلا صيحة واحدة تأخذهم وهم يخصمون فلا يستطيعون توصية ولا إلى أهلهم يرجعون ونفخ في الصور فإذا هم من الأجداث إلى ربهم ينسلون قالوا يا ويلنا من بعثنا من مرقدنا هذا ما وعد الرحمن وصدق المرسلون إن كانت إلا صيحة واحدة فإذا هم جميع لدينا محضرون فاليوم لا تظلم نفس شيئا ولا تجزون إلا ما كنتم تعملون إن أصحاب الجنة اليوم في شغل فاكهون هم وأزواجهم في ظلال على الأرائك متكئون لهم فيها فاكهة ولهم ما يدعون سلام قولا من رب رحيم وامتاثوا اليوم أيها المجرمون ألم أعهد إليكم يا بني آدم ألا تعبدوا الشيطان إنه لكم عدو مبين وأن اعبدوني هذا صراط مستقيم ولقد أضل منكم جبلا كثيرا أفلم تكونوا تعقلون هذه جهنم التي كنتم توعدون اصلوها اليوم بما كنتم تكفرون اليوم نختم على أفواههم وتكلمنا أيديهم وتشهد أرجلهم بما كانوا يكسبون ولو نشاء لطمسنا على أعينهم فاستبقوا الصراط فأنى يبصرون ولو نشاء لمسخناهم على مكانتهم فما استطاعوا مضيا ولا يرجعون ومن نعمره ننكسه في الخلق أفلا يعقلون وما علمناه الشعر وما ينبغي له إن هو إلا ذكر وقرآن مبين لينذر من كان حيا ويحق القول على الكافرين أولم يروا أنا خلقنا لهم مما عملت أيدينا أنعاما فهم لها مالكون وذللناها لهم فمنها ركوبهم ومنها يأكلون ولهم فيها منافع ومشارب أفلا يشكرون واتخذوا من دون الله آلهة لعلهم ينصرون لا يستطيعون نصرهم وهم لهم جند محضرون فلا يحزنك قولهم إنا نعلم ما يسرون وما يعلنون أولم ير الإنسان أنا خلقناه من نطفة فإذا هو خصيم مبين وضرب لنا مثلا ونسي خلقه قال من يحيي العظام وهي رميم قل يحييها الذي أنشأها أول مرة وهو بكل خلق عليم الذي جعل لكم من الشجر الأخضر نارا فإذا أنتم منه توقدون أوليس الذي خلق السماوات والأرض بقادر على أن يخلق مثلهم بلى وهو الخلاق العليم إنما أمره إذا أراد شيئا أن يقول له كن فيكون فسبحان الذي بيده ملكوت كل شيء وإليه ترجعون
صدق الله العظيم.
You are listening to the Breakfast Rush.
اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد.
This Surah Yasin was brought to you by Murchison Spice, Pietermaritzburg. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless your day.
There's something cooking at Murchison Spice, and its name is Elite Basmati Rice, available throughout the Middle East and now available in South Africa. Brought to you by Murchison Spice, Pietermaritzburg. Available in golden cellar and premium white, high in vitamins and low in calories. Perfect for the health conscious. Contact Murchison Spice on 033 387 2121. That's 033 387 2121. Murchison Spice. Taste the East.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Willow Tin Group, at the forefront of innovation, and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
There's nothing quite like the taste of a traditional family meal, and at the heart of every great dish is a key ingredient that brings it all together. That ingredient is Sunfoil pure sunflower cooking oil, made from only the finest sunflower seeds. It's a perfect way to enhance the taste of your family's favorite foods. Sunfoil cooking oil is more than just oil. It's the key to bring your family together over a delicious meal and making every bite taste better. Remember, the key ingredient to a great family meal is sunfoil. Tradition just tastes better.
Award-nominated Breakfast Rush with Nishal Sarawam.
You guys do an absolute splendid, fantastic job at the Breakfast Rush.
You guys are the intelligent choice.
No matter what time you get on the Breakfast Rush, it's just brilliant.
I never really used to listen to Radio Al Ansar until I started tuning into the Breakfast Rush. It actually became a way of life. You guys really, really add value to people's mornings. You never know whose face you put a smile on.
Monday to Friday, 6 till 8 a.m.
As school opens, School Matters, in partnership with Save Hyper and Radio Al Ansar, is calling you to help a child step into the new year with confidence. We're collecting school uniforms and school shoes, new or gently used, to support learners in need. Drop off your donations at Save Hyper 362 Victoria Road or at Radio Al Ansar 240 Ortman Road, Monday to Friday, 9:30 to 3 p.m. Let's come together, uplift our community, and make a real difference, one child at a time. School Matters, Save Hyper, and Radio Al Ansar, because education starts with dignity.
Almost 1 in 5 South African children attend school each day without having eaten breakfast. This seriously affects their ability to concentrate and understand lessons. The Al Imdad Foundation's Make Breakfast Possible campaign allows learners to enjoy a high-energy cereal at the start of the school day. Help children to focus on learning and not hunger. Let's make breakfast possible today. Donate online at alimdad.com or call 0861 786 243 for more information.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Willow Tin Group, at the forefront of innovation, and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
Inspiration for the Ummah, your morning nasiha.
There's a beautiful story of a student of knowledge. He was extremely hungry at once. So he went out there to search for food. He could not find any food. He asked people. People did not give him any food, unfortunately. So he went into a farm and he grabbed an apple and he ate an apple. And then he regretted his action. He was saddened about what he has done. So he asked people, who owns this farm? So they've told him there's a person that lives in that specific area. So he went to him. He said, please forgive me. I have eaten an apple from your farm. Please forgive me. He said, I will not forgive you. وَسَأَكُونْ خَصْمَكْ أَمَامَ اللَّهِ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ. And I will be your opposition the day of judgment in front of Allah. He said, it was only an apple. Please forgive me. He said, I will not forgive you. And he walked back inside the house. So this young man waits outside the house. He waits from after Dhuhr until before Asr. And this man comes out. He said, I beg you to forgive me. He said, I'm willing to become a laborer. I am willing to work for you. Just forgive me for that apple. He said, okay, I'll forgive you on one condition. He said, what is it? He said, that you marry my daughter. And he was overwhelmed. He was very happy. He said, but she has few problems. She's deaf, dumb, blind, and disabled. He said, what? He said, I will never forgive you until you marry her. He said, I will never forgive you until you marry her. And they have set a certain date for this young man to come. So he came dragging his legs along because he's saddened. He's upset that he's going to marry someone that he's going to be looking after for the rest of his life. So he walks inside the house. He sees a beautiful girl. And she comes up to him. And he's just astonished. He's amazed. He's surprised. And he's looking at her, dumbfounded, flabbergasted. Subhanallah al-Azim. And she said to him, she said, are you surprised? He said, yes. He said, your father has said that you're blind, deaf, dumb, and disabled. She said to him, my father has been looking for a spouse for me for a long time. He's been looking for a husband for me for a long time. And when he saw that you're fearful of Allah because of the apple that you've eaten, he knew that you are the right person for me. And she said to him, yes, I am blind from looking at haram. And I am deaf from hearing haram. And I am dumb from speaking ill haram. And I am disabled to walk to haram. I am disabled to walk to haram. Subhanallah. And guess what? They were married. And guess who their son was? Their son is one of the greatest A'imma rahmatullahi alayh. His name is Abu Hanifa rahmatullahi alayh.
TBR, it is 90.4 FM in Durban, 105.6 FM in Pietermaritzburg. And if you've just switched into Radio Al-Ansar, assalamu alaikum to you. And welcome on into your breakfast rush on this Monday morning. Great to have you along for the ride. And yes, Monday, the 12th of January, 2026. A lot of people heading back to work today. For some, it's the first work day back for the year 2026. For others, it's week number 2 back in the the office, the job line, whatever it may be. For you, hopefully, you've had a good enough rest and you're back with that energy that is required to be back at work as well. It's coming up for 6:29. Nasmira Kashim, how are you doing this morning?
Alhamdulillah, how are you?
No complaints. It's Monday.
It is. It's Monday. It is the 22nd of Rajab 1447. And for almost, I think, all teachers in South Africa, first day back, Mubarak.
Teachers go back today?
Yep.
Like onderwysers go back today. Why?
Well, for most. Just to make sure that the classroom is still there.
Like they're going to sweep
before
it?
Wednesday. No, we want to make sure that it's there. That's all.
There you go. If you're a teacher heading back to school for the new school year, new school term, first term 2026. Well, hey, listen. Deep breath. Calming deep breath, and just all of the best to you, the teachers that are going back to school today. I suppose getting in there, just cleaning up, putting on the posters on the walls, all the new calendars, and if you're one of those grade R and 1 and 2 teachers, you're putting up all the letters and the numbers and all of those sounds and pictures and just making the classroom look really colorful and vibrant for day one.
Absolutely. Very excited about that. I know I read something very nice this morning and I said, you don't have to be perfect. You just have to be present.
Aha.
And I think that goes for all of us.
There we go. No need to be perfect. You just need to be present. Fantastic. Let's see, who's this? Sadiq Akbar sending us what I think, because it's so small, you can't really open it, Sadiq. It looks like Salah Times.
Correct.
Yeah, but we'll give you Salah Times a little bit later on the program. You stick around and stay tuned. We'll get you all of that information. Also getting information from 1 or 2 listeners that the FM stream in certain parts are high and low and whatever the case may be. Please be rest assured that we are speaking with the relevant service providers to get you the latest information. Talking about latest information.
Breakfast rush time.
Superintendent Raouf, assalamu alaikum, welcome.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you doing?
Alhamdulillah, how are you?
I'm well, thank you.
You're not in Konubia, are you?
For what?
I don't know, go buy a pencil maybe at the stationery shop.
No, I got enough pens. I don't need one.
All right. Before we talk about Konubia, just let us know what's happening on the roads right now.
If you on the NC this morning, you got misty conditions between Caterham and Pietermaritzburg. It's in patches, starting to settle, so it will settle eventually. Just be aware of that, please. M19 as well, misty conditions at the top going towards Pinetown. Just reduce your speed, please, and put your headlights on so you can see what's happening. Truck broken down. Where is this? On the NC, sorry, the M7. Eastbound, as you go past BMW, left-hand lanes obstructed. So just be aware of that. During the Playhead area this morning, it's wet and misty already in that vicinity. Playhead, Dundee, R34 going towards Malmouth as well. Very misty conditions. Now, you have to worry about the mist in that vicinity. Worry about those huge potholes. Please, they're not visible with the mist. So just drive carefully there, please. Taxi blockade, taxi strike in Ladysmith, between Brunswick and Ladysmith. Just be aware of that. Please, road is completely closed. So you will not be able to go through into that vicinity, into Ladysmith. Quite a nasty accident on the R102 near Canelands intersection. Now, this is the one as you get out of Verulam, the main intersection in Verulam. The next one over the big bridge. That's where the accident is. Quite a nasty one. So, authorities are there. They will be sorting it out. Also, trailer broken down on the M2 northbound, just before the Spaghetti Junction. Left-hand lane obstructed. So there's going to be delays there, and I'll fix the traffic down. So, first update.
Thank you very much, Superintendent Raouf. Much appreciated. Just before we let you go, there have been reports and social media messages and what have you that's been doing the rounds since last week already with regard to a possible strike action and a shutdown of the Canubia area here in Durban, not too far away from Phoenix and Umhlanga. Any comment on that?
Okay, let me ask you a question, and you've been quite vocal about this.
Right.
Who's putting up the social media posts?
The person that's calling for the strike action.
No. Go and look at who's putting it up.
Okay, no,
I've got the post as well.
I'm not interested in the CPFs, and I'm not interested in the scare tactics of certain individuals. I'm talking about the gentleman who is heading a movement and calling for the strike action. That's the message I'm looking at.
Well, there's nothing happening at the moment. It's all clear.
That's the info we needed. Thank you very much, Superintendent Raouf. Much appreciated. You take it nice and easy, and we'll catch up with you a bit later on.
Okay.
Wa alaikum salam. So, Naz, just to give you a little bit of history here, right?
Yes,
so,
you and Wandley were incredibly busy when I walked in this morning.
Very, very, very. So, last week and a little bit of the week before,
right,
leading to today, there's an association, and forgive me, I'll get you the names of the name of the association and the Mr. Mkunu that he heads.
Okay.
But they've been in talks with not one but two stationery companies with regard to a pay and hours of work dispute that's been going on. When I say dispute, I mean it's a dispute that's gone to the ear of the Zulu King.
Okay.
Right? It's not something that's now small, that's just been sort of lift the carpet up and push it under.
Right.
It's gone to the ear of the Zulu King. And there are videos and what have you that are coming through for the last couple of weeks where Freedom Stationer, Palm Stationers, are in talks with these folks with regard to workers' pay, workers' overtime, workers' bonuses, the working environment, etc., etc., etc. Those were the topics of conversation.
Okay.
Right. And those are the topics of conversation that led to, which kind of didn't work out the way it was expected to. So led to certain calls for protest action in Canubia today. You've just heard from Superintendent Raouf of Metro Police Durban, who's saying at the moment there's nothing happening there.
Alhamdulillah.
Inshallah, it doesn't change.
Ameen.
But if it does, we let you know. We'll let you know. So stick around and stay tuned. We're going to keep a weathered eye out on that one there because, well, maybe, I don't know, there wasn't a taxi or a bus or whatever the case may be early in the morning, and they maybe one a little bit later. So maybe a little bit later things will change, but we will definitely be keeping an eye on that front. I'm all for treating employees correctly, properly, within the ambit of the law, within the ambit of the labor laws, paying people what they're due, when they're due, and how it is due. I'm all for that.
Absolutely.
No color here. There's no green, blue, black, white, brown, purple, yellow, nothing. People. Everybody.
Agreed.
Everybody. No matter what color they are, no matter what religion they follow, no matter what. If they're there working, treat them properly, pay them on time, pay them what they're due, and let people work, be happy, take their earnings, let them go home, take care of their family. I'm all for all of that.
Where would your business be without those people?
Oh no, apparently there's a whole like 60% of the population that's unemployed. So if you don't like it, well, now this is the attitude of certain employers, mind you.
Astonishing.
Yeah. If you don't like what we're doing, there's the door, sunshine. You walk out, there's 10 people waiting to walk straight in. Terrible attitude. We shouldn't be encouraging that.
Agreed.
Absolutely. Assalamu alaikum, Imad. Deep Trip SA as well. Assalamu alaikum to you. Welcome to the Breakfast Rush. We do see your WhatsApp messages coming to studio, but before we do any of that...
The weather update. I think it's going to be playtime weather.
Well, let's grab a look at whether you can do the washing today or not. Or go to work without an umbrella. Let's see. Durban expecting a sunny day today, 29 degrees as we get to lunchtime. No anticipation of rain for Durban today. Mostly sunny in Pietermaritzburg, a 31-degree high expected there. Margate today, sunny, 29. Richards Bay expecting some showers later on today, but 29 degrees at lunchtime. Ladysmith, cloudy, 31 degrees. Johannesburg today, a cloudy 27. Cape Town, cloudy 26, and outside of South Africa, if you've got friends and family, or maybe you're listening in these parts of the world, Lilongwe in Malawi, cloudy 26 degrees, Pakistan's Karachi expecting a little bit of haze, and then a 26-degree lunchtime high. Mecca, Al Medina expecting haze and up to 30-degree maximum in that part of the world. Dubai today, sunny 26 degrees. Perth in Australia, sunny at the moment, 33 degrees now. Galway, Ireland, partly cloudy, 10. That's all. 10.
Sure.
10. They're in the middle of their winter, huh?
I think the people in Johannesburg will be able to identify with them.
Not at the moment, but anyway, Gaza City, Palestine, a clear day expected there. 19 degrees as the Palestinians get through their lunch hours. It's 6:40 this morning. When we come back, we're going to be talking to you about news stories, headlining stories that have been grabbing our attention over the weekend. But I'll tell you what, because it's Monday, and because it's the way we want to start the day, I want to say to you, this next track is dedicated to everybody that had a lekker weekend, but still a little bit low on energy. This next track on the show is almost guaranteed to recharge your batteries.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Willow Tin Group, at the forefront of innovation, and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
There's nothing quite like the taste of a traditional family meal, and at the heart of every great dish is a key ingredient that brings it all together. That ingredient is Sunfoil pure sunflower cooking oil, made from only the finest sunflower seeds. It's a perfect way to enhance the taste of your family's favorite foods. Sunfoil cooking oil is more than just oil. It's the key to bring your family together over a delicious meal and making every bite taste better. Remember, the key ingredient to a great family meal is sunfoil. Tradition just tastes better.
Radio Al Ansar welcomes your feedback. If you have a broadcasting related complaint, please put it in writing and address it to the head of the complaints committee. Include your full name, contact details, a clear description of your complaint, and any supporting documents. You can email your complaint to feedback@alansar.org.za. That's feedback@alansar.org.za. Or bring it in person to our Pietermaritzburg office at 240 Ortman Road, Willowton. Your input helps us serve you better.
Durban
Halal Meats, the butcher with a twist. Whether you're firing up the braai or stocking up for your business, we've got you covered. From premium lamb, beef and chicken to custom cuts and bulk orders, all 100% halal, certified by Sanha. Enjoy our convenient buy and braai service, fast delivery and easy online ordering at durbanhalalmeats.co.za. Visit us at 84 Felix Dlamini Road, Durban Halal Meats. Quality, affordability, trust, meat made better.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Willow Tin Group, at the forefront of innovation, and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
اللهم بارك لنا في رجب وشعبان وبلغنا رمضان اللهم بارك لنا في رجب وشعبان وبلغنا رمضان.
You are listening to The Breakfast Rush with Nazmira Kasim and Nishal Sarawan.
सोचा मेरिया मदीने वाले जांदियां दुरूदा दी सदा बन के मेरे लबां ते हो के मुड़ रहिंदे ने मदीने दी दुआ पढ़ के नाल तकले वा अल्लाह दे हबीब नू होते चमकावा जाके अपने नसीब नू होते चमकावा जाके अपने नसीब नू रवा घूमदा मदीने दिया गलियां मदीने दी हवा बन के जन्नत दी तस्वीर मदीना आशिक दी जागीर मदीना हर आशिक दा किबला काबा इश्क दी संजीर मदीना रोज निकल के अखदी चूचू लबदन मेरे नीर मदीना मर जावा ते कर छड़े आजे कफन ते तहरीर मदीना प्यार दा पहला पाप है तेबा कुल चेहरा दा पीर मदीना तख्त हजारे वलना बेंदी जे तक लेंदी हीर मदीना दीन दी खातिर छड़या है सी रो रो के शबीर मदीना हर शेरा सिर मिट जानी है हर शेरा सिर मिट जानी है रहना पकड़ आखिर मदीना नबी कोई हसीन बेनवील बन आया है कोई सुच्चे रब दा खलील बने आया है कोई सुच्चे रब दा खलील बने आया है आया अल्लाह दा आया अल्लाह दा हबीब साडे वास्ते अतावा दी घटा बन के पेंडा हुइया जैसे वेले दुखा दिया भारियां जैसे वेले घेर आए आन के बीमारियां जिस वेले घेर आए आने बीमारियां याद आई मैनू हो याद आई मैनू मेरे लजपाल दी बीमारी लई शिफा बन के अखियां चेहरा ची हुण निंदर ना पेंदी ना सिर हो आस मेरे दिल बिच रंदी ना सिर हो आस मेरे दिल बिच रंदी बैठा रवा बस हाँ बैठा रवा बस चालियां दे सामने हुजूर दा गदा बन के
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Willow Tin Group, at the forefront of innovation, and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
There's nothing quite like the taste of a traditional family meal, and at the heart of every great dish is a key ingredient that brings it all together. That ingredient is Sunfoil pure sunflower cooking oil, made from only the finest sunflower seeds. It's a perfect way to enhance the taste of your family's favorite foods. Sunfoil cooking oil is more than just oil. It's the key to bring your family together over a delicious meal and making every bite taste better. Remember, the key ingredient to a great family meal is sunfoil. Tradition just tastes better.
Big city to big city. Winners wake up with the Breakfast Rush.
Every day, thousands go to bed hungry, but you can change that. With just 10 Rand, you can provide a loaf of bread. This bread is more than just a donation, it is a lifeline for so many families in need. Be part of the Al Ansar Outreach Slice of Life drive today. Call Outreach on 031 208 1601 and make a difference one loaf at a time.
For too many communities across Africa and the world, access to clean water remains a dream. At Africa Muslims Agency, we dig deep, reaching into the heart of the earth to fill the cups of those in need. Sponsor a water well for 16,500 Rand, or a borehole in Afghanistan for 55,000 Rand, or Africa for 65,000 Rand, or any amount. With water comes food, health, education, and growth. An ongoing reward with Africa Muslims Agency.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Willow Tin Group, at the forefront of innovation, and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
10-7, and scores of empty seats at the ANC's 114th celebrations in Moruleng Stadium on Saturday have served to underscore a glimpse into the ANC's fading legacy as a leading political party. On Saturday, ANC President Cyril Ramaphosa delivered his January 8th statement celebrating the party's 114th anniversary, anchored on the need for the party to strengthen its efforts in managing local government by service delivery challenges and incidents of corruptions. On Saturday, media reports suggested that the Department of State Security Agency allegedly restricted access to vehicles carrying food parcels and supporters' buses, leading to logistical difficulties.
Food parcels? Food parcels.
Food parcels?
Maybe because they didn't have any t-shirts inside there.
That's how we
With the food
celebrate
parcel.
here, right?
Yeah. Anyway, outside of South Africa, US President Donald Trump urged Cuba yesterday to make a deal or face unspecified consequences, warning that the flow of Venezuelan oil and money to Havana would now stop. His remarks came a week after U.S. forces seized Venezuela's authoritarian leader, Nicolas Maduro, in a nighttime operation in Caracas that killed dozens of Venezuelan and Cuban security forces. Earlier yesterday, President Trump reposted a social media message suggesting that U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, born to Cuban immigrant parents, would become the next leader of Cuba.
And back home, the public protector has confirmed receipt of a formal complaint lodged by the former Minister of Forestry, Fisheries and the Environment, Dion Travis George, against the Minister of Agriculture, John Steenhuisen, and current DFFE Minister, Willie Ocamp, triggering a preliminary assessment into allegations of improper conduct at the highest level of government. Now, in correspondence dated January 8th, 2026, the Office of the Public Prosecutor acknowledged that the complaint submitted through George's attorneys, Gittins Attorneys Incorporation, is undergoing an assessment to determine whether it falls within the watchdog's constitutional mandate. The outcome of this assessment is expected within 10 working days.
So those people that are watching like social media right now, right? You kind of watching this microphone of mine just have a mind of its own. It's going up and then down, and it's doing its own thing. So personally, like if you're watching the video, right, I prefer to be right there. But then all of a sudden, so like if I let it go, and then I think it's tired from the weekend.
Gotta manually hold it. It does this to you every now and then. I don't know.
I don't like it. But anyway, listen, just a little bit of story for you to I don't know, jump in on. Annie Governor, how you doing? Kirat, South Africa, welcome to you as well. I see all of you guys that are watching on TikTok at the moment. We've got YouTube going live at the moment as well. So if you're on YouTube, thank you for watching. If you're on Facebook watching, drop a comment really quickly. Let me know that you're watching and where you're watching from. I'd love to know how far this whole thing is reaching, right? So area, I don't want your address. I'm not going to come visit. I promise you. Just the area. Like if you're in Madagascar, just write down there, Madagascar, whichever town, right? Wherever you are. Well-known content creator tries to get robbed in South Africa.
Tries.
Like what happened in the Brenwana, Joshua? What happened? Anyway, Phoenix and Durban, Kajal, how you doing? Popular content creator and podcast host Joshua Rubin shared snippets from his docu on trying to get robbed. While most South Africans can agree that being a victim of any crime is something they would not want, Joshua can say the opposite. So he recently went on an expedition and videoed the entire experience. As someone who has been a victim of crime, he wanted to delve into the mindset of the criminals involved in smash and grab crimes. So in a planned content production, he set out to get robbed in Cape Town. He went out to key hotspots in Cape Town, trying his best to have his phone stolen. So he held his phone close to the window, even extending it out of the window in some cases. But on the first day of his expedition, he was unsuccessful, meaning he didn't get robbed. There was no theft. It was like Murphy's Law, when you want something to happen and it doesn't. So he shared that he hadn't expected to go a whole day without his phone being snatched away. Even though the phone was not a real one, but rather a realistic-looking demo or fake phone. However, the phone does get stolen on the third and final day of the experiment, whilst they were stopped at a robot pretending to farm with their phones. Now, I think, and this is just my opinion on this one, you weigh in whether you can or not, right? I think all the criminals in Cape Town follow him and they knew exactly what he's doing and they're like, leave it.
That or the production team was pretty visible.
Yeah, that's true. Why, Joshua? Why would somebody, anybody, want to fall victim to any sort of crime, especially here? Especially here.
I don't understand. That could have ended very, very badly.
Yeah. Joshua could have like recorded his own stabbing. He could have recorded his own unaliving, all of those things. Like, come on. Are we that desperate, boys and girls? Are we that desperate for likes and shares and all of those things that we would do something like this? The Arabian Queen says smash and grab is free. Anytime trouble. Yeah, it's terrible.
And
True
that's
story.
without someone holding their device out of the window.
Without a doubt. And as you see, I'm trying to lift this microphone all over.
You know, people
it's got a mind of its own.
during this time of year go and do weightlifting.
Yeah.
You.
I'm mic lifting. I'm mic lifting in the studio. Just anyway. Hey, listen, it's coming up for 7 almost. We've got your main news bulletin lined up straight after this.
حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح نور يضيء قلبا بالانشراح حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح
في كل نداء معنى عظيم يذكرنا بالله رب رحيم هي فرصة قرب ووقت عبادة تزيل الهموم وتحيي السعادة الصلاة نور ودرب الأمان تلين القلوب وتمحي الأحزان فلت بالنداء وسر الصفوف مع المغفرين كصف الألوف حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح نور يملأ القلب بالانشراح حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح دعوة بالدنيا والأرواح Each vow I take, each word I say, it clears the clouds, it lights my way, it's my reminder.
Interesting, this one, isn't it? Ilyas Mao.
I love it. I love
So, something that I would expect to hear in your car.
Yes, you have. And the only reason I found out about it was because of TBR.
There we go. A lot of people saying the same thing most recently, but we're not going to take any credit for that. We're going to say Brother Ali Basha, who's in charge of the playlist. Give him the credit. Give him all these tracks that you're now finding out about, new stuff that you're learning about. We've had 1 or 2 complaints. I'm going to be honest.
Okay.
I'm going to be honest. We have had a couple of complaints. Most recently at the Durban Summer Souk. So had the opportunity, and I'm so grateful for this opportunity as well, had the opportunity to meet so many listeners of Radio Al Ansar and of course of the Breakfast Rush. It was
Alhamdulillah.
unbelievable.
Always lovely.
Yeah.
Always lovely.
Brilliant. The one complaint that was like constant from everybody, it's not a cause of concern for me.
Okay.
But it was like uniform. You fellas need to play more Naat. Now, when I listen to it, remember, I'm somebody who listens to what you're saying and how you're saying it. You didn't say Nasheed.
Correct.
You didn't. Nobody said Nasheed. You need to play more Naat.
Okay.
And for those of you that don't know, there is a difference.
Absolutely. It's valid though, but I think we specifically try to find that balance. Right?
It's difficult, but we do endeavor. But I heard you when you said we need to play more now. So that information's already gone to the compiler. It's moments after 7. Let's get to news.
The Breakfast Rush main news bulletin.
Making news at 7, the NFP's National Executive Committee says that it will only reconsider rejoining the KwaZulu-Natal Government of Provincial Unity if its senior member Mbali Shinga is removed both as an MEC and a member of the legislature. Good morning, I'm Tabila Tuma. The NFP's National Executive Committee says that it will only reconsider rejoining the KwaZulu-Natal Government of Provincial Unity if its senior member Mbali Shinga is removed both as an MEC and a member of the legislature. Speaking yesterday ahead of their meeting with the ANC, the NFP's Acting Secretary General Sunset Xaba said his party has agreed to meet with the ANC but will only return to the GPU if Shinga is removed. Shinga, a social development MEC under the GPU, is currently undergoing a disciplinary hearing by her party and faces charges of gross misconduct, specifically for insubordination and openly defying party directives. The charges stem from her refusal to support the party's instruction to vote for the Umkhonto weSizwe party's motion of no confidence against the Premier Thamsanqa Ntuli. The hearing has been adjourned indefinitely. The NFP had also announced its withdrawal from the government, which prompted the ANC to call for an urgent meeting. Xaba said that they are still committed to the GPU, but they will tell the ANC that the GPU partners must stop protecting Shinga if they still want the party to be in the arrangement. Staying with local news, the township of Inanda continues to grapple with a spiraling crime wave that is compelling residents to abandon their homes. A community member, along with the Inanda Community Policing Forum, has raised alarms regarding the severity of the criminal activities that plague the area, notably after a violent shootout that resulted in the deaths of 5 armed suspects in Besta on Thursday morning. The community member said some of the suspects had been fighting another gang from another area that had been terrorizing the community. He said crime in the area had reached intolerable levels, with people leaving. Inanda CPF Public Relations Officer Mbongeni Pewa said that although some suspects were arrested in the past, others are still terrorizing the community. Commenting on the matter of the suspects who were shot apparently looking out for the community, Pewa said that criminals do not look out for anyone. He expressed his frustration, noting that he is annoyed by some parents who claim ignorance about their children's involvement in criminal activities. Meanwhile, Dunoon residents are struggling to come to grips with what has been called the largest informal settlement fire in the Western Cape since the 2013 Kailicha fire, with complete chaos as far as the eye can see. Residents are pleading for donations of food, clothes and water as they try to rebuild their lives after Friday's fire razed their possessions to the ground. The fire obliterated 1,000 dwellings, leaving approximately 5,500 people displaced. One of the residents and community leaders affected, Emihle Kaniki, aged 28, said that it has been a great loss and that when the fire raged, people were at work and were unable to rescue any of their belongings. Another resident, Nomvuso Kamukela, aged 47, said that the impact of the fire has been one of the worst that she has seen in her community. National and local government officials will embark on a compliance and enforcement blitz to assess adherence to water use authorizations, imposed restrictions and environmental regulations amid the water crisis in Knysna. The National Department of Water and Sanitation said that this intervention is intended to prevent illegal abstraction, wastage and non-compliance that could further compromise available supply. This comes as Naina residents yesterday gathered at a memorial square for a moment of prayer for rain. Given the severity of the crisis, DWS, through its regulatory and water resource management functions, has also directed the municipality to urgently explore and activate alternative water sources. These include groundwater abstraction, borehole development, reuse technologies, and temporary augmentation schemes. In response to the deteriorating situation, a Joint Operations Committee, a standing intergovernmental structure, has been activated to oversee coordinated interventions. And finally, President Masoud Pezeshkian has pledged to overhaul Iran's struggling economy, saying that his government is ready to listen to its people after 2 weeks of increasingly violent nationwide demonstrations. Pezeshkian adopted a conciliatory approach during an interview on state television yesterday, saying that his embattled administration was determined to resolve the country's economic problems while accusing the United States and Israel of fomenting deadly unrest. He said that the government's duty is to solve problems, address people's concerns, and not to allow what he called the rioters to disrupt the country. The crisis erupted after the Iranian currency plummeted in late December after years of economic duress, triggering mass protests over soaring living costs and inflation. Those protests have since taken on more political and anti-government nature. Taking a look at the financial indicators, the rand to the US dollar is trading at 16 rands and 46 cents, to the euro at 19 rands and 18 cents, to the pound at 22 rands and 10 cents. The Saudi Riyal is at 4 rands and 38 cents. Gold is trading at $4,565.20. An ounce of Brent crude oil is trading at $63.22 a barrel. That's it for now. I will be back with the headlines at 7:30. For Radio Al-Ansar News, I'm Tabila Duma.
Thank you very much, Tabila Duma. Time's coming up for 7 after 7.
Breakfast rush traffic.
Let's go play Between the Lanes. Superintendent Raouf, assalamu alaikum. Welcome back.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you very much. Entry between Lions River and Belgawan, you've got an accident involving a single vehicle. Accident on the M7 and Wakesley Road, Belair and Wakesley. At the Saddle Drive, 2 vehicles involved in this one. You've got protest action on the main road in Genco. Road is completely closed with burning debris. Just be aware of that, please. I spoke about this. M7 eastbound at Belair Road, but accident is there involving 2 vehicles. It's in the middle of the intersection, so that's causing problems. N2 northbound before second junction, we spoke about this earlier on. Truck broken down in the left lane obstructed. Station truck, horse and trailer on the N3 going towards Petermasburg just before Hammersdale. Left-hand lanes obstructed, so there will be delays in that vicinity. Yeah, the one at Lions River has been cleared up. The traffic is flowing quite nicely. The accident we spoke about in R102 at Canaan, that one is still ongoing. Quite a nasty accident. Traffic is building up in both directions, going to the airport and coming from the airport as well. So please just allow for extra traveling time if you're going to be traveling on the R102. If you haven't taken the off-ramp to Gateway yet, or the M41 going to the airport, just stay on the N2. It's much easier. N2 will take you directly to the airport via the M65. That's your second update.
Thank you very much, Soup. I take it there's nothing happening at Cornuba.
The only thing happening there is that corn is popping.
You know, I know you've probably seen this whilst walking the streets in the CBD, right? There's always this older looking gogo, on the side of the road, and she's got a little fire going on in a pot or something like that with a grid on top of it, and on that is Millie's getting fire. Have you? I'm sure you've seen that, Soup.
It's like a braai stand.
I see it all the time, but I won't buy it.
I wouldn't. But the aroma coming from there is so inviting that you want to buy it.
It is. Aromat and everything else.
I got good sons. We buy corn, and my sons make corn in butter with garlic at home, and they burn it nice and crispy, so we eat at home as well.
We need to phone that son.
I'll tell you what.
On a Tuesday.
When he's coming in tomorrow morning, can you ask him to bring a few?
You must phone him and tell him.
Yeah. So your father said.
Well, there you will start like that. We'll start. Thank you very much, Soup. Take it easy. Salamu alaikum. Your father said.
He didn't say we can't.
Yeah, he didn't say no to that either. Anyway, 10 minutes after 7, if you're a smoker, there's some interesting news coming up for you. Stick around.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Willow Tin Group, at the forefront of innovation, and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
There's nothing quite like the taste of a traditional family meal, and at the heart of every great dish is a key ingredient that brings it all together. That ingredient is Sunfoil pure sunflower cooking oil, made from only the finest sunflower seeds. It's a perfect way to enhance the taste of your family's favorite foods. Sunfoil cooking oil is more than just oil. It's the key to bring your family together over a delicious meal and making every bite taste better. Remember, the key ingredient to a great family meal is sunfoil. tradition just tastes better.
Elevate your style with Al-Noor kurtas and fragrances from Potent Eyes Perfumes, exclusively available at Al-Ansar Shop. Visit us at 207 West Road or call 031-208-1601. Experience the best in fashion and perfumery. Al-Ansar Shop where elegance meets fragrance.
Get ready to elevate your fitness game at First Fitness in Durban's Berea. With a spacious free weight area, award-winning equipment, and exclusive ladies-only parking and training level, we've got everything you need to crush your goals. Hit the ground running on our outdoor track or unleash your inner warrior in our MMA and boxing dungeon. Plus, enjoy high security and ample parking. And don't forget to refuel at our halal coffee and health restaurant for the best in coffees, smoothies, and healthy eats. Join us today and redefine your fitness journey. First Fitness, dare to be extraordinary.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Willow Tin Group, at the forefront of innovation, and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
So, as I said earlier, if you're a smoker, there's some information coming your way. New smoking laws being processed by Parliament could force tobacco brands to use standardized packaging. Right. However, legal experts have highlighted how the move could exacerbate South Africa's problems with illicit trade, while law enforcement and SARS have warned it could complicate their jobs. Now, South Africa's lawmakers are currently processing the Control of Tobacco Products and Electronic Delivery Systems Bill, with the latest round of public consultations concluded at the end of 2025. Broadly, the bill aims to clamp down on tobacco use and regulate grey areas such as electronic delivery systems, aka vapes, in South Africa through various different measures. Now, do you think changing the packaging is going to make a difference? Let me know. Let me know. And be honest, do you really think that changing the packaging, the box, what it looks like, making everything look the same, basically that's what standardizing would do, right? Do you think it would make a difference?
Tomato. I don't see how.
If COVID, the lockdown, was any sort of research to go by, those that wanted to smoke made a plan and they smoked. This is COVID. This is 2020. This is level 5, complete locked down, where government came back and said, this is the story. This is what's going on. You're not allowed to smoke. Nobody's allowed to sell it. Take it off your shelves. Don't do it. Don't do it. That's what they were saying. And it was gone. I mean, shops took it off the shelves. Vendors stopped selling, etc., etc. People were like, hey, hold on, man. What's going on here? I want it. And they made a plan. Somebody filled the gap.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say who. Somebody filled the gap. I sold it anyway. They weren't interested in what it looked like. They were not interested in the packaging that it came in.
People were even, experimenting with brands they didn't touch before.
Yeah.
Desperate times, like they said.
So again, I'm going to ask you, will the packaging make a difference? 06090411056 is our WhatsApp number in studio. Or if you're watching on socials, then just comment on the socials because we're looking at that as well. I want to say Assalamu alaikum. Abdul Hamid in Sydney, Australia, that's watching on YouTube. Great to have you along for this show. Hadra Habib in Johannesburg and Sandton. Yeah, wherever you are, whichever part of the world you're watching in, go for it. Send us a comment. Give us your thoughts and your ideas because this is just now one of the options that is there for Parliament to say yay or nay to.
And here's the thing: whenever a new rule or law comes about, there's a cost to it. Who does that implicate?
We all know, now this is a comment coming through on WhatsApp. We all know the corruption act that was behind banning cigarettes in COVID. MH, not part of the discussion. Wasn't part of the discussion. Anisa, Assalamu alaikum to the TBR team. I honestly don't think changing packaging will make a difference. Whatever you want to admit it, or rather, whether you want to admit it or not, a cigarette will be a cigarette, even if packaging is changed. It will still be unhealthy. Anisa, thank you very much.
I love that.
Yeah.
To the point.
Exactly. And the point that everybody wants to make is that no matter what you make it look like, it's still going to be what it is, right? The package does not make a difference. This is the Arabian Queen commenting on TikTok. The package does not make a difference. It still causes a health issue.
And the current packaging, correct me if I'm wrong, there's a big warning sign at the top, right? In relation to health.
Yeah.
It's still being used.
Tell me, and this is just looking at the world, the way we see it, the way it presents itself to us, right? And people in the world that present themselves to us. On the box, it says smoking is harmful. Which smoker do you know, have you ever encountered, that does not know it's harmful? You've never encountered any smoker that doesn't know that it is harmful.
True.
Yeah. My whole thing is this. That is your life. Those are your lungs. If you want to tar the road to them, cut on. As long as you're not making me pay for it, do what you feel like. You disagree?
Look, like you say, it's your body. We can only advise. What you do after that, you answerable for.
So, exactly. The whole story here is what our government is trying to do, is it going to be effective? Do you? Because at the moment, they're starting with changing the packaging, making it more uniform. Is it going to be effective? What do you think? 060-904-1056. Let us know your thoughts. Sarah Bibi, Mustafa Parag, we see all of your messages this morning. Jazakallah khair for being in touch with the show. She's talking about the CBD being very hard, the sun, there's some clouds in the sky. She's talking about the differences between Nath and Nasheed, etc., etc. Fazila Kaji, Assalamu alaikum.
And then Rashida, salams to the team. Hope everyone is well. And best wishes to all going to work today and tomorrow.
Yeah. A lot of people, as I said earlier on, first day back at work today.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, first day back at work for a lot of people. Teachers, apparently, going back to work today too.
Yes, most of them. So I spoke to some little ones yesterday.
Did
and
you?
Surprisingly,
Where'd you find little people on a Sunday?
So at the event we were talking about last week.
Ooh.
And they were quite excited. So excited. Like waiting to go back on Wednesday, which was so nice for me to see.
Wait, hang on. I found this on TikTok. And I thought to myself, it would be interesting to find out if all mummies felt this way. Listen to this, right? If you're a mummy and you feel this way, I want you to comment.
Mommy!
Can't wait for school to open.
Mommy!
Can't wait for school to be open. Can't wait for school to open. I can't wait for school to open.
Siddiqa. I think her videos are brilliant. I think they're always on topic.
Relatable as well.
Not for me. I'm not a mummy. But maybe for you. I don't know. Are you a mummy? And can you relate? It's like your brain is like, hey, I had enough. I said, no more. Stop it. I got another name. Stop it. And that's all you hear the whole day. When is school gonna open? I'm hungry.
You know what?
I want something to eat. Mommy, where are we going? That's all you hear the whole day.
On a serious note, though, I think regardless of whether you're in school or not and what your age is, we're all guilty of that.
Oh, man. I think that audio from Sadiqa, I think it may have hit a little nerve for some people. But listen, if you can relate.
Can't wait for school to open.
Let me know. 031-208. No, don't phone the office. Don't do it. Don't do it. Send us a message on WhatsApp at 060-904-1056.
And Hajra Habib says that you are perfect, just the way you are.
Absolutely agreed. Mummy.
She also says, Mommy.
She sends this picture like, oh, no. It's crazy.
Jazakallah. So Sarah Bibi Mustafa is asking if I'm going tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And she sends her du'as. But no, I'll be in today, inshallah.
So there's a private conversation between the two of you because I have no idea what's going on.
She's talking about school.
Okay, there you go. To all kids going back to school tomorrow, be safe and everything of the best for the year ahead. This is Fauzi from Peter Maraj, but agreeing that packaging does not make a difference, the tobacco is still the same.
And then Anisa said, yes, I'm a mommy. And I'm not lying.
Yeah.
My 4 kids did and still do the same thing. I'm lucky that my kids are all grown up now, so school things are out of the way. But yeah, the title of mommy still goes on. And she says, Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. So Trisha is listening out in Dundee. Good to have you there. I think all the mummies would agree that there comes a point. I mean, you want your little ones with you. You want them by your side. You need them in your company. You want all of those things because they are a huge part of you. They are.
Agreed.
But there comes a point where you need a little bit of
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Willow Tin Group, at the forefront of innovation, and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
There's nothing quite like the taste of a traditional family meal, and at the heart of every great dish is a key ingredient that brings it all together. That ingredient is Sunfoil pure sunflower cooking oil, made from only the finest sunflower seeds. It's the perfect way to enhance the taste of your family's favorite foods. Sunfoil cooking oil is more than just oil. It's the key to bring your family together over a delicious meal and making every bite taste better. Remember, the key ingredient to a great family meal is Sunfoil. Tradition just tastes better.
The Breakfast Rush. It's the only way to start your day.
The views and opinions expressed by the guest and presenters of Radio Al Ansar are not necessarily the views and opinions of Radio Al Ansar and the Al Ansar Foundation.
Pietermaritzburg, get excited. New stock has just landed at Bawa Superstores. Bring the fun home with our amazing range of kids' rechargeable electric ride-on cars. From luxury Bugattis, tough Jeeps, to siren-ready police cars, the perfect ride for every little driver. Find it all at Bawa Superstore, 439 Victoria Road, Pietermaritzburg. Don't miss out. Everything you need is waiting for you at Bawa Superstore.
When disaster strikes, families lose everything in an instant. Homes destroyed, communities displaced. Hope fades into uncertainty. Our Global Emergency Fund ensures we respond without delay, delivering food, water, shelter, and healthcare to families in need. To support our Global Emergency Fund, visit islamicrelief.org.za.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Willow Tin Group, at the forefront of innovation, and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
اللهم بارك لنا في رجب وشعبان وبلغنا رمضان.
This feature on The Breakfast Rush is powered by the Cellular City Group of Vodacom shops at the Pavilion Superstore 2.0, Entrance 6, Westwood Mall, Bluff Towers, The Workshop Durban, Megacity, Bridge City, Brookside Mall PMB, and the Nelson Mandela Square Stanton 2.0.
We've got the biggest sale waiting for you, and we're calling it the Blue Tag. Devices open to all networks unless stated otherwise, like the Samsung Galaxy S25 FE. It's a 5G device, dual SIM, and we'll throw in a free starter pack. Prepaid dual SIM, 6,999 Rand, saving you plus minus 3,000 Rand. A little bit about this device for your information: 8 gigabytes of RAM, triple 50 megapixel, 8 megapixel, as well as a 12 megapixel rear camera. We've got a 12 megapixel selfie camera for you. It's got a fingerprint sensor under the display, Android 15 and 6.7 inch, available in black, blue, light blue, and white. Because you valued that much, we'll throw in the charging cable. We will also add the multi-function gadget bag worth 300 Rand absolutely free. A lot more is available for you, especially if you are an Android baby like the Samsung Galaxy A06. This device was 1,999 Rand. We'll give it to you now. Prepaid, it's also a dual SIM device at the cost of 1,599 Rands. Dual SIM, 50 megapixel. It's got a 2 megapixel rear camera and an 8 megapixel selfie camera, 64 gigabyte storage, 4 gigabytes of RAM, fingerprint sensor. This one is on the side. Android 14 with a 6.7 inch display. Also, of course, with your charging cable. And interesting, because we'll add a desktop mobile holder worth 299 Rand absolutely free. So your video calls sorted. Whilst you are browsing, look at the Samsung Galaxy A17 4G. Dual SIM with the free starter pack. Prepaid at 3,499 Rand, saving you 500 Rands from the normal price. 4 gigabytes of RAM, 128 gigabytes ROM. It's got a triple 50 megapixel, 5 megapixel, and then we've got your 2 megapixel rear camera. 13 megapixel is the selfie camera. There's a fingerprint sensor that is side mounted, keeping your privacy private, really. Android 15, 6.7 inch display. It includes the charging cable and that free desktop mobile holder worth 300 Rand. Last one before we leave you, the Samsung Galaxy A26. This one is a 4G device. It's also dual SIM, plus it's got a free starter pack. It was 6,000 Rands. It's January. We're now going to save you a good amount of money because it's currently selling for 4,299 Rand. This device, 6 gigabytes of RAM, 128 gigabyte storage, triple 50 megapixel, 8 megapixel, 2 megapixel rear camera with your 13 megapixel selfie camera. It's got a fingerprint sensor under the display, and it's an Android 15 device with a 6.7 inch display, available in black and an absolutely gorgeous mint. We throw in that charging cable, and hey, a free Energizer Type-C dual USB car charger worth 399 Rand. So your battery is always full. Go in. Look at what we have for you.
For me?
For you.
For everybody else? Anybody and everybody is welcome to come take advantage of the savings.
This feature on The Breakfast Rush is powered by the Cellular City Group of Vodacom shops at the Pavilion Superstore 2.0, Entrance 6, Westwood Mall, Bluff Towers, The Workshop Durban, Megacity, Bridge City, Brookside Mall PMB, and the Nelson Mandela Square Stanton 2.0 Vodacom shop. For smartphones, laptops, routers, asset insurance, gaming, IoT, payment platforms, and the latest gadgets to always keeping you in the forefront of innovation and technology. Home and business internet to ensure that you have the best connection. Plug and play home internet to fully installed fiber. Our infrastructure provides a resilient platform for your critical business applications, which will help your business perform best. Vodacom shop at the Pavilion Superstore 2.0 Westwood Mall, The Bluff, The Workshop Durban, Umlazi Megacity, Bridge City Kwamashu, Brookside Mall PMB, and the Nelson Mandela Square Stanton 2.0.
The Breakfast Rush News Headlines.
Making news at the bottom of the hour. In a bid to protect the integrity of the 2025 National Senior Certificate exam processes, the Department of Basic Education will only release the results to Universities South Africa and the media 24 hours before the official release. Air traffic operations at the Ora Tambo International Airport were running normally yesterday after last weekend's disruptions that caused widespread delays and cancellations. And finally, according to the Lebanese authorities, the Israeli army has carried out several attacks on southern Lebanon, with the military saying that it targeted a Hezbollah fighter and infrastructure. That's it for now. For Radio Al-Ansar News, I'm Tabila Duma.
Thank you very much, Tabila Duma. It's your breakfast rush on Radio Al-Ansar that you're listening into. My name's Nishal Sarwin. Her name's Nasmira Qasim. And on the line right now, his name's Muhammad Inayat Raouf.
This traffic report is brought to you by BYD Durban, proudly part of the Alpine Motor Group.
Breakfast rush traffic.
I wonder what his wife called him.
That traffic report was brought to you by BYD Durban,
Right.
proudly part of the Alpine Motor Group.
Okay, wait, let us do the traffic first. Assalamu alaikum, Superintendent Raouf, welcome.
You sure you talk about my wife? That's what happened.
Now he sounds like he's sitting behind the car.
Problems. Causing problems.
He's sitting behind the car. Soup, Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Go for it. What's happening on the road?
I'll take it off speaker now.
Just now. Okay, cool. We'll talk about Mrs. Raouf in a little bit. But anyway, go for it. What's happening on the roads?
Ladysmith is still blocked. Glencoe is completely blocked with protest actions, so stay away from there, please. Canobia looking good. Everybody's gone to work. Pencils are working. The pens are working. Otherwise, the roads are looking good.
Son, it sounds like a nice way to end the traffic reports for today, where we say everything's looking good.
Alhamdulillah.
What does your wife call you?
She called me by my name.
She calls you Inayat. There's no John, there's no baby, there's no nothing.
Not good time.
No.
And there's a reason I'm asking.
I don't believe in all that.
You don't? Okay, cool. So there's a reason I'm asking. It's because I've noticed something, and I think it's generational.
Okay.
Right? Like a certain generation of wives will call their husband, "Hey." Have you noticed that?
You know, my granny used to do that, right?
Exactly. They can't say the name. It's like they're not allowed to say the name or call you by your name. They'll say, "Hey."
Would you believe me if I said I've seen children do that?
Right?
Yeah.
No, those are just disrespectful children.
No, but who do they spend most of their time with? The grandparents, the great-grandparents.
Right. And you know when I noticed this, Soup?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was like I was today years old, but no. On Saturday, at home, it's like it never occurred to me in all of these years that I've been with my wife, which is more than 20, mind you. I've been with my wife more than 25, actually, which has been a blessing. But she doesn't call me by my name. She would not say, "Nishal, when you're going to the shop, buy bread." Hey, when you're going to the shop, buy bread. It's almost like she's scolding me.
No, my wife calls me by the other name.
I'm trying to see because the kids are still listening right now, so we can't go there.
Don't tell everybody what that name is.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Walaikum.
Oh, and we can't even say that name on the radio because certain people will take it the wrong way. But what does your wife call you? My brother, that's listening in right now, because just this weekend it kind of dawned on me after all of these years that she calls me A, but affectionately.
Affectionately, so it doesn't sound like you're being shouted at.
No, it's not. I'm not being shouted at.
Okay.
She cannot say. She'll tell somebody else my name.
Yeah.
You know, if she's introducing me to somebody, she'll say, "This is Nishal." The funniest thing ever, because I sat in a lounge and I laughed my head off because it dawned on me that this is happening, and I thought this was like a generation before us. You know, there's no pet names.
Okay.
Well, from her end, anyway. I've got a ton for her. But so, my brother that's listening in right now, what does your wife call you, or sisters? What do you call your husband? Your husband.
Yeah.
You know. So Mumtaz, who comes in with a comment this morning, Mumtaz is married 34 years.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. This month, and Mumtaz says, "I'm his doll. and he's my pops.
Oh, that's beautiful.
You know,
Alhamdulillah.
that's lovely. That's lovely. There's a phone number sending salams. There's no name attached to
Wa
it.
alaikum salam.
Right, MH. No, MH. We're not. We're not gonna go there. A is the beginning of that word.
The same one Nishal was talking about.
The J is silent in Jan. But anyway, Salamu alaikum, Razia, Hafiza, Shamima, Hushman, Salamu alaikum. TBR, my first day of the week of work was on the 1st of January. For a lot of people. For a lot of people.
Like us. Well, we didn't go anywhere.
No, yeah. The weeks just carried on for us. But tell me, send it through. I'd love to know what it is that you call your husband. Is it A?
I think that's because, like, I don't want you to forget. It's a warning.
Yeah.
I want the bread.
Yeah.
Don't come home and say I forgot.
I would love to know what Buddy Governor's wife calls him. I'd love to, because I've interacted with them on many occasions, and he is there on the line, and he'll tell us after this.
Meet the BYD's Beeline 5, a plug-in hybrid that combines electric range with petrol flexibility. It delivers smooth acceleration, strong fuel savings, and modern safety tech. Or get behind the wheel of the BYD Dolphin Surf, the most affordable EV in South Africa. It offers nimble handling, low running costs, and easy charging. Our experienced team will help you compare specs, financing, and test drives. Drive cleaner, save on running costs. Visit BYD Durban at 950 Amgeni Road to book a test drive today. Proudly part of the Alpine Motor Group.
The Breakfast Rush Sport Update with Buddy Governor.
Buddy, assalamu alaikum, welcome.
Welcome, salam. Good morning, you guys. I hope you're all good. I knew I was going to get caught up into that. I was hoping you would forget about it and move on to the next subject, but...
So I've interacted with Buddy and his lovely wife on many occasions over the last decade in various different settings. We've been at the dojo, we've been at Bring and Share, we've been at formal dinners. Buddy, I've never, ever heard her call you anything.
Yes, maybe there, but she does call me Buddy, but it depends upon the occasion or the circumstances, because the tone could change. It could be Buddy, and then I know there's problems. But there's the occasional, Inshallah, and I think you're saying there's the occasional babes, and then like that you want something.
Mm-hmm.
So it depends.
As soon as you hear that, your pockets start paining.
Stop it. Terrible.
Absolutely. Yeah. So it depends on the tone. Anyway,
what's happening in the sports world?
We've had a good weekend of sport. It's going to pick up as the weeks go by with all the other sports getting involved. But let's move straight into cricket. Sri Lanka defeated Pakistan by 14 runs in the third and final T20 in Dambala to draw the 3-match series at 1 apiece. Virat Kohli, wow, what a comeback for this guy. Absolutely brilliant with the bat of recent. Well, he smashed 93 as India chased down 301 to beat New Zealand by 4 wickets in the opening ODI of the 3-match series. Kohli really looking in fine form recently. Staying with cricket, the SA20, Durban Super Giants, great result. They returned to winning ways with a narrow 2-wicket victory over the Sunrisers Eastern Cape in Tobeka. Last night in the Emiratis FA Cup, Nish Nazmira got bad news. Manchester United dumped out of the FA Cup after losing 2-1 to Brighton and Hove Albion at Old Trafford. West Ham United saw off Queen's Park Rangers 2-1 after extra time, and Gabriel Martinelli's hat-trick moved Arsenal into the 4th round at the expense of Portsmouth. Leeds United, they defeated Derby County 3-1 to also book their 4th round spot. Well, this week we can look forward to the AFCON semi-finals. That's right, Wednesday, Egypt, Senegal, Morocco, Nigeria. And then on the weekend, we'll have the final. So it's going to really be exciting as far as AFCONs are concerned. But today in the SA20, we see the Pretoria Capitals and the MI Cape Town clash at 5 p.m. I just hope the weather holds out. It's not looking promising, but the SA20 plagued by dodgy weather since its start. But all that and more maybe inshallah Wednesday we'll pick it all up. But as I said, AFCON semi-finals, the big one this week.
Looking forward to it, buddy. Thank you very much. Have a blessed day.
Awesome. You guys as well. Salams to you, Nazmira, and the awesome TBR team. Take care. Bye.
Bye. There we go. Buddy Governor will join you on the program again, inshallah, on Wednesday morning. Let's just wrap this part of the program up really quickly. Faisal says, my wife calls me Faiz. F-A-Z-E. It's like a face she's going through, But anyway, but there are different tones. The loving, caring, and then Faizy. That turn. I'm still here when I'm... I love it. 37 years later. Wow.
Alhamdulillah. That is beautiful.
Oh, wow.
Salams, I was taught that out of respect, we're not supposed to call your husbands by their name. So you can call him with whatever loving name a wife wants. From Maroon.
Yeah. MH Osman says the A is for Alu. A is for Alu is potato. So if he spends, like me, all this time on the couch, then maybe. Yeah, maybe. This is brilliant. Let me keep your name anonymous. Or should I? You didn't ask for that.
I think keep it anonymous.
Assalamu alaikum. Alhamdulillah. Married for 31 years. I call my wife Honey. And she calls me Ulu. No comment. No comment. If she calls me by my name, that means I'm in trouble. You know. Oh. How do you say that with tajweed?
I think phase.
With tajweed. We have to get Hafiz Wadi on that one there. Like, anyway, let's see. Abbas comes in. No, the only reason I say this is because Hafiz Wadi is the only human being on this planet I know can speak English with tajweed.
Okay.
Right? Literally, I've spoken to a lot of people in my time, and he's the only one that I know that can speak English
with tajweed.
With tajweed.
Okay.
Yeah. So Abbas comes in and says, my wife calls me by my name. Abbas. And then the kids just leave the S out. That's all they do. They leave the S out, they call him Abba.
Easy, that one.
Which is brilliant, right?
There's the pronunciation for you.
We'll get to that in a second. Ibrahim Khan. Assalamu alaikum. My wife calls me Jan or by my surname. Khan. From the epiglottis. Khan. But when she's angry, she'll call me by my first name. I think they all do that. I think it's like a default setting.
At least it's not a full birth certificate name. Give some credit. Assalamu alaikum. My husband calls me Lavi and I call him Milo.
Milo?
Yasmin.
I think his name might be Ismail.
Possibly.
Might be. I don't know. But anyway. Nishal, my late marhum Nani, told us never call our husbands by his name. Okay. So there was like, okay, what's the thing? Was it like an instruction? Okay, cool. Nishal, you told us what she calls you. What do you call her? What do I call her? When I'm introducing her, I introduce her as my greatest blessing because it's the truth.
Alhamdulillah.
If it weren't for her, I wouldn't be a daddy. Just put it that way.
True.
You know, and she stood by me through everything. You name it. She could have just like you, but she didn't do that. So yeah, no, she's my doll. She's my babe. She's all of those things and more.
Alhamdulillah.
Samir, I think that says Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
100% correct. And the rest of the story is to be continued. I told you, muscle memory.
Muscle memory. It's all written in Arabic, so I kind of read it that way as well. Right? Samir is still typing. We'll get to him in a second.
And also, I think it's the first time I've ever heard you make full salam.
I can do. Listen, I've been here long enough and interacted with too many people in this building to not know how to do that.
That was nice.
If you don't, and I've got friends that I am Muslim friends that I am teaching how to say it properly, which is very interesting to say the least. But anyway, you didn't want to play. Oh.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Willow Tin Group, at the forefront of innovation and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
There's nothing quite like the taste of a traditional family meal, and at the heart of every great dish is a key ingredient that brings it all together. That ingredient is Sunfoil pure sunflower cooking oil, made from only the finest sunflower seeds. It's a perfect way to enhance the taste of your family's favorite foods. Sunfoil cooking oil is more than just oil. It's the key to bring your family together over a delicious meal and making every bite taste better. Remember, the key ingredient to a great family meal is sunfoil. Tradition just tastes better.
You are listening to The Breakfast Rush with Nazmira Kasim and Nishal Sarawan.
Celebrate with flavor. Come visit the all-new Checkers Saxony Westwood. From cured meats, rich and savory, to spicy tandoori chicken, try our authentic Indian curries, perfectly seasoned and ready to serve. Everything is made fresh daily with care and quality you can taste. Our halal-certified deli brings you freshness, flavor and variety worth coming back for. Whether you're setting the table for family or sharing something special on the go, discover the Checkers Saxony Westwood Deli, where good food is always on the menu. Checkers Saxony Westwood, butchery, bakery and deli, certified by the NIHT. Doors open on October 30th. See you there. Step into a world of flavor where ordinary becomes extraordinary. At Halton's, every shelf is a little bit magical, from warm, freshly baked treats to imported confectionery that tastes like it traveled across galaxies just to meet you. Discover our daily food menu, home industry gems, and your favorite household brands, all with a global touch. Find us at 358 Brickfield Road, open till 9 p.m. daily, or call 031-207-6108. Halton's, where every bite feels enchanted.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Willowton Group, at the forefront of innovation, and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
Love interacting with you. 0609041056. And as the 2026 school year begins, many South African families are once again facing the financial realities of back-to-school preparation. Now, according to Stats South Africa, education-related expenses, including school supplies, continue to rise faster than many household incomes, particularly for working class and your lower middle income families. Stationery remains one of the recurring cost drivers every January, alongside uniforms and transportation. At the same time, research into household spending patterns show that parents are increasingly forced to make trade-offs between affordability and quality when buying school essentials. So this morning's conversation is not only about the stationery business, it's about helping parents and caregivers make informed decisions, understanding the trends behind rising costs, and unpacking how families can stretch their budgets without compromising on learning. So joining us this morning is Pindile, who is the founder of Pindom's Trading and Projects, a stationery business operating directly within these market realities. Pindile, good morning and welcome to the Breakfast Rush on Radio Al Ansar.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
It's a pleasure. Every January, parents seem to face the same challenge. There's long stationery lists and limited budgets. From what you see on the ground, what is the best or biggest issue that families struggle with when buying stationery?
From my experience and from me as being a parent also, I tend to see that parents, they neglect the stationery that they bought last year. You know what I mean by that? I am saying to you now, if you can take care of the stationery of your child on the last day of their exam, making sure which you keep the ones that they're still available than throwing everything away or misplacing everything, or within the stationery that they have. What I'm doing, on my own, I am taking your ruler, your rubber, your sharpeners, you take them and you put them aside. You make sure which they repeat or they reuse them for the next coming year. The only thing that I'm buying as a parent, I am buying them exercise books, because the exercise books, they won't be able to repeat them. Yeah.
Do you think parents sometimes overspend because it's not always clear what is truly essential versus what can be managed differently?
Like I've said, make sure you take care of the stationery that they are using right now. Make it like I'm saying, if you can take the last year's request list or the stationery list that you were given as a parent. Let me just make an example for grade 4. And if you can take now the list that you've been given for grade 5, it's almost the same thing. The only difference is that books, they might be more than the other grade, but the same thing. The ruler, there's the pretty and. So if parents, they can take care of the stationery that they bought this year, making sure they keep toes with they trace how many pencils did they buy this year, how many rulers did they buy this year, and take care of that stationery and keep it safe for them to reuse again.
So besides taking care of what was purchased last year and making sure it can be reused, one of the most common questions parents ask is whether it's still possible to buy good quality stationery on a low budget. So from your experience, can affordable stationery still be reliable and durable?
Yes, it's still reliable and durable. As long as you buy the stationery just before the end of the year, make sure it's not that momentum of everyone wants to buy now, because that's how they make business, the retailers. So if you can make sure that you buy your stationery within the year ending, making sure you have everything that you need, so that you don't get into this queue and.
Mm-hmm. So as a final question for this morning, looking beyond January, what advice would you give parents about planning for stationery and school expenses throughout this academic year?
I think, unfortunately, we cannot keep a track with the kids, especially your grade 1s or grade 2s. They misplace, they forget where they put their stationery. But it's to make sure that the parents are hands-on. They take the stationery for the kids. Like, they keep trace. They make sure they even teach our kids to be responsible for their belongings, so that, like I'm saying to you now, the same stationery that we bought last year is the same stationery that we are buying even this year. So it's not like it's a new thing, or it's they are coming with, I don't know. The stationery, it comes with HB pencil. It must have your pretty. It must have your ruler. It must have an eraser. So it's the same thing. It's just that parents, they need to take up into their own hands and make sure they keep toes and the track of the stationery. And yeah, that's all I can say for now.
It's been a pleasure speaking with you this morning. Pindile, thank you very much for joining us and giving us your insights on the topic of stationery.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
Have a blessed day going forward. Bye-bye now. That was Pindile, the founder of Pindom's Trading and Projects. It is a stationery business that is saying to you and your child, take care of your stationery so that you can reuse it the year after.
Good luck. I make dua that you don't have to buy new pencils come next week.
Okay, wait, next week?
Next week. Yep.
Why week?
You never
Not even
know.
month.
You never know. Ask the parents and they shall tell you stories.
Right? I'm a parent. I've got stories. You? I've got stories.
So then you know what I'm talking about.
So we mark the kid's stuff.
Yeah.
Every single thing with his name.
Okay.
Even now. Even in high school. Everything's got his name on it.
Okay.
Including his books. And not just on the cover with the label.
Yeah.
So I saw him do this on Saturday. Took his book, covered it, turned it over, went to the top. On all that, he wrote his name.
Okay.
And what subject. So and
Smart.
I was like, why are you doing that? He says, well, no, one, so that everybody knows it's my book. And two, when I'm looking in my bag, I can just find it easily because I've got the name of the subject on there as well.
Incredible tip.
Right? So there you go. Tip from a 14, 15-year-old for everybody else who's doing their stuff. But yeah, certain things just take a walk.
That's true.
In primary school, his lunch bowl and juice bottle Went to school and never came back a few times.
How does that happen?
Apparently the monkey stole it. So we had to inquire with the teachers, like, what is going on here? This is now every couple of weeks we gotta buy him a new lunch bowl and juice bottle. What's going on? So the teacher says to us, no, the school does have a problem with these monkeys. And then they do come and take some of the kids' stuff and go away.
Yeah, because generally I would assume you eat your lunch, you leave it down, you go and you chill out, play.
Yeah. So this is now when he was much smaller, much younger and smaller in size, and then different school altogether. But anyway, I had a Chacha and a Chachi who used to call each other boy and girl.
This is new.
Boy and girl.
Have you heard that one before?
Never. Boy and girl. That's the first I'm hearing of that. Congratulations. Heard something new today. That's it for the show.
Your Salah times before we leave you. Zohar is at 12:10. Asr for Shafis, 4. Asr for Hanafis, 5 Maghrib at 7 this evening. And Isha Salah at 9. Have a lovely Monday. Be the best version of you.
Do good. Be good. Thank you for being with us on socials as well. Till tomorrow morning. Bye-bye. That's it for the show. Come back tomorrow.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Willow Tin Group, at the forefront of innovation, and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
There's nothing quite like the taste of a traditional family meal, and at the heart of every great dish is a key ingredient that brings it all together. That ingredient is Sunfoil pure sunflower cooking oil, made from only the finest sunflower seeds. It's a perfect